Welcome back to the iDrum review studio, where we're going to be taking a look at Cympad. Now, Cympad is a fairly new company to me anyway, but I believe they've been around a little while. But effectively, what Cympad do is they make these, which are these nice little round premium grade cellular foam discs that will replace the traditional felts that you currently have top and bottom of your cymbals. Cympad makes sets for hi-hats. This is a hi-hat one. This is obviously the bottom, for the bottom cymbal to sit on. Then you've got these two very small cellular grade, premium grade foam discs which will go on the hi-hat clutch. Now the idea is that Cympad found that felt washers tended to sort of absorb sounds. They didn't really let necessarily cymbals ring truly as they should. And first of all, I was kind of like, okay, you know, it sounds a bit skeptical, but I must admit, once I tried them, I was absolutely convinced. And they come in 11 different sizes, so it doesn't matter what you've got, what it is that you're using. You can put a thicker Cympad on the bottom, and then you can have a thinner Cympad on the top if you wish. They also make ones specifically for the ride cymbal, which has got a little red, has the red colour here for the lettering. And again, the idea is it allows the cymbal to sit onto the foam without it in any way affecting the tone or the sustain of the cymbal. Obviously, from a durability point of view, these will last a lot longer and retain their shape, perhaps more importantly than a foam, a felt cymbal washer will. I've played a cymbal with felts, and then you can hear them with the Cympads. Crash cymbal with regular felts. Now, I'm not sure whether you can hear that actually via the mics in the studio here, but the other thing is that the felts are also allowing some of the sound of the cymbal to transmit down through the cymbal stand, so you kind of get that wong, wong kind of sound. And hopefully the Cympads will eradicate that. Anyway, right, so that's the cymbal with felts. And you can see already, I mean, we've only used these for a couple of months, these felt washers, and they're already starting to not disintegrate, but they're starting to lose their shape. They're all getting kind of a bit raggedy. So what we're going to do is we're going to put one of the thicker Cympads on the bottom, pop the cymbal back on. It's a bit like a cooking program, isn't it? Here's one I made earlier. We'll put a little thin one on the top. Okay, and what I'm really looking for is to lose that kind of gonginess that was coming out through the cymbal stand. Okay. Now, to my ear here, I'm getting a lot more high end. I'm not getting that gonginess that transmits down through the cymbal stand, and I'm getting more of a sort of purer tone from the cymbal. I've already fitted up the hi-hats with this one, and again, I found that compared to having the felts under there, I'm getting a lot more top end as well. And because they're this premium grade cellular foam, as I say, they're not going to lose their shape. And even though they're not quite as big as or as broad as perhaps the felts that I took out from the hi-hat clutch, they really do hold the cymbal really rather nicely. Okay, I'll just demonstrate now the ride cymbal. Again, traditional felts up here, top and bottom. Again, with that, I'm hearing kind of that's going out through that's transmitting out through the cymbal stand. So, quickly spin that off. Take that off. Ooh. Put the little red logo one on the bottom that says Ride, it's specifically designed for ride cymbals. Slide the cymbal back in there, put a little thin one on the top. As I said, there are 11 different sizes, so you will find one that works for you. And they come in packs. You can buy like a hi-hat pack, 2-ride cymbal, Cympads come together, or you can buy boxes of them as well, which give you a whole range of the pads for you to, you know, check with your set of cymbals that you've got. Okay, so here's now the ride cymbal sitting on the specific Cympad ride pad. Now there is a wee bit of transmission of that on through that stand, but that's probably more to do with the size of the cymbal and the weight of the cymbal. But that is giving me, certainly to my ear sitting here at the kit, it's giving me a much cleaner, more resonant, more open kind of sound with a in fact, if anything, it's probably enhancing the sustain as well. So apart from the fact that we should obviously all look and take great care of our cymbals, including cleaning them, try not to get too many greasy hand marks all over them. The Cympads will definitely brighten up your cymbal sound. The other thing I like about them is because they've got the different sizes, you're able to lock down the wing nut, but there's still some room there, because you should never ever clamp your crash cymbals down. They really do need to be allowed to move, otherwise you're just going to break them. And also, just that when you do play a crash stroke, it's a stroke, which means that you need to kind of go across the face of the cymbal. What you don't want to be doing is hitting it directly into the edge, particularly if it's flat. Don't do that, and whatever you do, do not clamp them down tight. They really do need to be able to breathe and sustain, and then you get a full sound from it. And I would certainly say that Cympad have come up with quite a novel little idea there, and I'm really quite impressed that something so small, so basic, can make such a difference to the sound. Plus the fact that because it's this premium grade cellular foam, they're not going to go out of shape, they're not going to fall apart, they're not really going to disintegrate. So you're going to find that they're going to last a lot longer than perhaps your traditional ones. That's it. Cympad, definitely worth checking out.